Hey y'all, welcome back to Ascending with Ashley and Ashley. This is a What's Your Calling reading. If you don't know what that is, welcome. We do these readings for folks who are looking for alternative things besides like a traditional career path to, first of all, make money, second of all, stepping into your passion and your agency and power, and third and most importantly, making the world a better place. Alright? As we are all experiencing the fall of this empire, we have decisions to make. Whether we're going to participate in the enslavement and domination that they have set for us, or if we are going to create a new earth. So, remember kids, nothing will change unless someone makes a change, or unless someone changes it, right? So, the good news is that it's not all on your shoulders, it's not all on my shoulders. This is about collective liberation, and this is about really stepping into our power, our passion, and doing what we would prefer, right? Not being so burnt out by the things that are expected of us from a capitalist society, but instead doing the things we fucking want, building the community, having the parks and, everything. Whatever it is you envision for your life, for your kids' life, for their kids' lives, and beyond that too. Not just for your family, but for everyone. I gave Niall a rape whistle, so that is what you were hearing. He's fine. He's just blowing the whistle. Also, I am doing shorts with some of these. I just started, so I'm not going to incorporate those into the reading. And I feel like we're probably going to get interrupted. I'm a mom. Shit happens. Here he is. Here he is with his whistle. What's up? Alright, I usually only do 10 of these, and we have 11, so I'm going to honor that. Starting with Builder. Your innate ability to build and create. Yes, I know I need WD-40. That's the bathroom door. Your innate ability to build and create brings you a deep sense of accomplishment. That doesn't have to be like physical building, but it could be, I went on a DIY path the past couple years. I have intentions to build my own house one day, so I had to learn some shit. Maybe you need to do that, or maybe you are doing that, or maybe it's something that you love to do and you just haven't had enough time for it lately. Oracle cards, you are able to discern answers and guidance for yourself and others. Yeah, do it. There's lots of ways you can use cards. I have a fuck ton of cards. These are my cards. There's 3 shelves of that. A lot. Okay, let go. Walk away from this situation in order to resolve it. I just had to do that. Sometimes space is necessary. Sometimes you come back together with something or someone. Sometimes you don't. Either way, trust the universe that whatever you're walking away from, there is something else that will be put in your path that is more aligned with where you're going, with what you're doing, with who you are. Okay? Sensitivity, you're becoming more sensitive and need to make changes accordingly. Not being able to be around certain people, again with the let go right before this. Not being able to do certain habits, maybe having to adopt new daily disciplines, things like that. Meditating, journaling, having more of a ritual or ceremonial. Is that the right context? Ceremonial way of life, something like that. When you are on a spiritual path, you do need to have spiritual hygiene. I've done a collective convo about that, so go check that out if you feel called. You're on the right path. Keep doing what you're doing because it's working. Maybe you've already made a few changes here and there. Whatever it is for you. All right? You're encouraged to keep going with the new things or the things that are feeding your soul. All right? Books. You connect to your life purpose through your involvement with books. It's not here, but you may be a writer. Maybe you're writing a book. Maybe you use books in your art. Maybe you read aloud to people. I don't know. Maybe you're a librarian. I don't know. Maybe you want to be a librarian. I think that would be a fun job, but I'm too quiet and my brain is too loud. I won't be able to do it. But if it's for you, it's for you. Hell yeah. Especially with the lack of funding, everything's being stripped. Maybe strip and get strapped. I don't fucking know, kids, okay? Anyway, here we are, bodywork, okay. Your life purpose involves bodywork such as massage therapy, energy healing, physical therapy, or exercise healing. Travel. Your life purpose involves traveling. Justice. Your career brings fairness and protection to help others who need your help. To others who need your help. I read that wrong. We have justice, and then we have freedom. You're free to do what you choose. Remember that life is a choose your own adventure. You're always one decision away from an entirely different reality. And the more open you are to changing things, the more open you are to like resolving conflicts, trusting your intuition, the easier that's gonna get. Baby, I'm in the middle of a reading. No. Speaker, your life purpose involves your skills of oration. What do you want? You want to get in the bath? Give me a sec. I'll be right back. Sometimes we do tiny intermissions. Okay, what do you want? You want puppies? You want to get in the bath? Okay, well don't bug me. You know I'm in the reading. He always does his own thing. Perfectly content until he hears me start talking. And then he wants to be all up in my biz. I'm not gonna go too much longer. We aren't gonna probably have a couple more interruptions, but it's just life. We have the Sacred Rebels coming through. We're gonna see what are some of the what are some of the... Oh, I can't do that. I'll open the door. What are some of the energies, guidance we need from Sacred Rebels? I'm feeling really dizzy right now. If this is too much, take your time. Just sit and reflect at some point, you know? If any of these resonated with you, or if you're feeling pressure, my intention is not to put pressure on people. It's merely to support you making changes that most of society would frown upon. Don't be afraid to walk in your own path. Go check out some of the collective readings too. There's a collective reading playlist. I've done a few playlists or readings about, there's readings about everything, but in particular in regards to the way I'm feeling about whoever's receiving this energy. If there's a fear of straying away from either what families or obligations or expectations, go check out the readings. I did them, I think, around maybe the New Year-ish. There's one called Taking the Path Less Traveled. It's like a neighborhood too, in black and white, the thumbnail. And then around that same time there was one about trusting your vision or something like that. I don't know. I do a lot of collective readings. But anyway, inspiration. So what inspires you? Who do you have a little bit of secret animosity towards? Because there's a little bit of envy. I'm not trying to shame you. But just be aware. You know, if you have enough self-awareness to understand why you get irked by certain people, or when you watch someone, you're like, oh, I wish, something like that. Whatever that is for you, that's part of the shadow integration. If you are seeing someone else living your dream, and you're hating on them, that has less to do with them and more to do with why aren't you doing what you want, And again, we already spoke about, obligations or expectations, but it's your life. It is your life. So I would maybe go over to the daily decolonizing playlist too if you need it, to decolonize away from these societal expectations or obligations. I had to cut off my entire family. I don't talk to anyone. My mom sent me a package today with some stupid shit in it, and you know, I've been no contact with her for a year, and she wrote me this card, and she's like, you know, I feel like this is where I went wrong. I wish one day we could be in each other's lives again. P.S. I went to Italy with my friend, and here are a couple things from Italy. And I'm like, wow. Thank you so much from your single mother daughter who is under the poverty line. Really appreciate it. Who held out on me for a good 5,000 and plus, right? Like, my family's classist, my family is racist, my family is special, okay? So I get it. I had to cut everyone off, and since I've cut my mother off, I have been able to step into my power, but not with her in my life. And I tried for a long time, and I made progress, but she was always, you know, playing the devil's advocate. So if this is something I feel called to share, because I feel like one of you need to hear it, that it's okay to let your family go if it involves you stepping into your absolute purpose. You have that calling for a reason, right? You have that for a reason. What you want wants you. Okay? Defend to the end the worthwhile. I think that's the thing too about what I just shared. I think no contact is the only defense I have at this point. And it's what keeps me and my son safe from my family. You know, I know they're not happy with the way I'm telling me my story, but if you didn't want me to tell, you know, if you didn't want to look bad, you should have treated me better, kind of shit, right? So whatever you're dealing with, whatever you have to defend for your own right, for your own passion, for your own purpose, whatever it is, there's always a way to do it. There's always a way. This is really bugging me. All right? Faith in the process. Nature's got your back. Birds are very symbolic of the spirit realm. So if you see birds, I would say take a minute to like center yourself, check in with yourself, ground yourself. Pay attention to what your thoughts were when that bird crossed your path as well. That may be a clue in the right direction, the next step to take, a person you need to call, an event you need to attend, something like that, right? That's how the universe works. You will receive signs and synchronicities as you are thinking about stuff or doing things, and you are the vessel who is then responsible for taking the action necessary, following through, right? And what is already with you. So again, everything you have is or everything you need is already within you. It's already something. That was something that I really struggled with because I was in a victim and lack mentality for a long time, letting my mom continue to save me, right, with her money. And then that would always be held over my head, and, you know, it was a very codependent savior complex situation. And finally, I saw a reader, and she said, everything you have or everything you need, you already have. You know, look around your house, and I'm an artist, so I have a fuck ton of art supplies, because I'm like an ADHD artist. Like, when I want to learn something new, I learn it. And I really like organizing stuff. So that's when I was like, oh, well, maybe I could incorporate these two things. Dea Leone, get your ass outside. Go outside. Go outside. Go back outside. Don't look at me like you don't know what I'm saying to you. Home has been a very big concept for the past couple months. So sharing that stuff about my family. Maybe you're a person who has always looked for home, been seeking it, and maybe that's what this is about too. Maybe you are your home, you know, you are home, and what you carry out on the planet is going to provide home for others as well, right? I wasn't quite done with that thought, but I don't remember, and now I have to mother because he's outside doing stupid shit, I'm sure. I gotta end this. Alright, denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with insight of an awareness. service. I feel good when I can help others. God, it's so fucking hot in here right now. Relationships. I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. Gratitude. I am thankful for the life and opportunities that it presents. And peace. I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. Alright, let me go ahead and pull... I don't remember that thought. I'm really sorry, but hopefully the start of my thought will lead to the finishing thought that you need. I don't remember. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a heads up on what Spirit speaks and inspirational insight. Wow, my brain is like not working right now at all. Holy shit. Alright, for Spirit Speaks today, these are shorts that I'm gonna upload this evening, but I want to leave you with this, okay? Let me be still today and listen to the truth in silence. And Lone Wolf, this is the last inspirational insight of this series. We went through this whole deck right here. These are called clarifying situations. I have no idea. Probably Temu is where I got that. But anyway, Lone Wolf, you seek your space, but are you alone or lonely? Accept the love you have now. And that includes your self-love, right? I feel like I'm having deja vu. I feel like I already said this to people today. I think I did in one of the earlier readings. Where did that card just go? Alright, I gotta go on a fucking scavenger hunt down here. Have a good one. I hope this helps. If this wasn't the one, there's a whole playlist of What's Your Callings and other resources here to support your consciousness shift, your decolonizing, and your healing. Have a good one.